Hey everyone, I'm Mark Hart, one of the partners here at Memphis Investment Properties. I've done over $200 million worth of real estate investment deals in my career, and I wanted to share with you a few common mistakes that I see brand new real estate investors make when they aren't consulting the right people with the right experience and that have the right team in place. One of the reasons why I wanted to film this video is because I heard all three of these examples again just this week alone. So had to make sure that the channel and the community here is well aware. So if you're a brand new real estate investor, it all comes down to the team, right? It all comes down to the experience of the people that you're working with, because you're building a business, right? And essentially each individual person that you're bringing into this business, you need to make sure that they're credited, verified, and they know what they're doing. Because the very first mistake that I see, and that I actually just heard of, talked to one of my clients, and they said that they bought a rental property and they bought it on the MLS from a traditional realtor. And that realtor said, hey, I could also be your property manager for you. I'll just do it on the side. No worries. It's no big deal. How hard could property management be, right? That needs to be a red flag, right? You should only work with real property management companies that treat it like a business, to where they have employees, they have a brick and mortar location, they're actually licensed property managers, and importantly, they've done this for a really long time. So they have systems and processes in place for when things happen, right? So your investment doesn't go downhill and it can actually have this positive return on investment. With this story here, the individual investor bought the house, the realtor managed it for about 6 months, and then 6 months later, that realtor said, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just going to stick to being a realtor, and I don't want to manage your property. So unfortunately, this individual, got stuck in a tricky situation, and they actually self-managed the property, and they're now selling that asset and doing a 1031 exchange, which is an advanced tax strategy that we've gone into in some of our other videos. We'll make sure to dive into that. And they're basically doubling the cash flow of their portfolio and taking the profits and the equity, deferring the taxes, and bringing it over to Memphis or another market that cash flows really well. So number two, second big mistake that we see brand new investors make is that when they buy a property on the MLS, they will either do their own research on what they think the rents will be, or they'll consult with the realtor. And this one investor said they bought a property from the MLS. The realtor is the one that told them the rent. They said, yeah, this property will rent for $1,500 a month. And the investor said, great. And they bought the property. Well, then they took that property after closing to the property manager, and the property manager goes, whoa, you can't rent this for $1,500 a month. You're going to be able to get $1,250, $1,200. And that's just a terrible way to start off a new property and a new business here. So always make sure the property manager is the one that places the rents on the properties. And even better yet, if the seller is the property manager, well, then that's where you have the win-win situation. That's why having in-house property management when you're buying an out-of-state turnkey rental property is really important. Not some, hey, I want to refer it to another group that is a partner. No, to where you are actually the same company. And that is key to find. Then a third mistake that we see brand new investors make is that when they buy the property, they just bought it, meaning they did not get a home inspection report, because that home inspection report is what's there to protect you, to make sure that you're buying something that you know what you're actually buying. Because a lot of times someone will buy a property for $150,000 and they think that asset's worth $150,000. And the worst is if they're a cash buyer. Because if you're a cash buyer, you don't have these checks and balances like a lender. And because if you think about it, the lender, when they give you a loan, if they give you a loan at 75% LTV, 25% down from you as an investor, they're on the hook for a lot of money. So they're going to make sure that that investment is sound, right? It's not in a flood zone. It's actually in the condition that is, ready for a tenant to move in. No major capital expenditure issues that could cost tens of thousands of dollars, right? So if you're a cash buyer, you don't have that protection there. And what I see with cash buyers is sometimes they don't get a home inspection and they don't get an appraisal, but they think it's in great condition. And that's where the issue comes into play, because this investor, they did that, and then once they shipped it off to the property manager to manage, they go, oh, whoa, this needs $30,000 worth of renovations before we can have a tenant move in. And that screwed up all of their numbers. So always, I like to go along with the message of trust but verify. Get a third-party home inspection. So it should be someone that does not work for the seller and is licensed. They should give you a full report, big breakdown. If you need any referrals, please reach out to us. We've got tons in the Memphis area. And just make sure you get that report, no matter what. And then if you are a cash buyer and you want to make even more sure that you're buying something of value, you can get an appraisal. And you can contact the appraiser directly. And that's about $500-$600, and they'll be able to give that report to you. And it's just another way to make sure that what you're buying is what you think you're buying. So hopefully some of those resonate with you. Hopefully you don't fall into those traps, make those mistakes, and you can have a profitable investment there. If you like this, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll continue to crank out some great videos, just sharing the experience and sharing the knowledge that we have here in the market and with everyone on the YouTube channel. Thanks, guys.